Mm. Mm. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you can hear us. We trust you're all well, beautiful beings. Happy Sunday. Hello, Michael. Hello, Jason. Yay. Hello, beautiful beings. So lovely to connect with you at this time. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, Sandra. Yay. So good to see you all here. Yay, fancy seeing you here. Indeed, fancy seeing you here for a little Sunday well-mannered frivolity. It's going to be a goodie. Hi, Vanessa. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Ratour talazatos ravir. Grab your water, grab your crystals, grab your tarot, grab your tea, grab whatever it is you wish to have with you. Should you want to light a candle, you may. Should you wish to call your guides or any beings to join you, you may. All are welcome here through Source within love. Good morning. What a treat. Today is my solar return. Happy, happy solar return. Enjoy your new journey around the sun. We are so blessed and honored that you're here with us. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Star to Earth. Greetings. Excited for the session too. Thank you for joining us. Yay. Happy, happy solar return, beautiful being. Nice numerology too. 25, 2. We love the 2. Balance from the unknown, the high priestess, 5. Transformations within balance creates a 7 within source. Balancing within source. So you're always transforming through the unknown to source. And then, of course, 8 for August, infinity. Then 8 this year. To source, you balance infinity, infinity. Powerful. Gyataki resh gavir. Okay, vatur talazatos ravir, 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 ravir. We are going to begin. Realati rayaviresh. Radiresh talavarosh riavir, riakiresh tavir. Rikiesh riaturos talazatos riavir, giatur talavatos. Riviresh, riviresh, riviresh. Talavarosh riazir, tarovalos talozur, riviesh giatur talozatos katir. Kiviaturos talazatir riesh katir, kakatir liavates. Viriesh, 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 rikiesh giatur talozaturos tavir, talavarosh. Kirek, kirek. A bit of a recalibration required for us all before we can integrate, a bit of a shift. Excuse us, we've been having a lot of throat chakra activity for the past 2 days, actually, past 2 weeks. Not a sore throat, but just a lot of clearing and a lot of, we can feel it. So we trust you're all also enjoying your upgrades and the changes you are having, aligning with your source at this time. Okay, we were ready to begin the shift. Guitarra stalozatos kivir. Kiraki stalozatos kiakira stalozir, riaviresh kiatur talovatos. Riaviresh kiavir, riavies kiaturos talavaros kiaviresh kiaziresh. Riaviresh riavir, riaviresh riavir, riaturos talozatos kiatir, riaviresh riavir. How do we feel about coffee? Caffeine, you do you. You do you. We do not judge anything on this planet in this physical realm. It is all here for one's enjoyment and one's exploration, one's discovery. It is simply the intention, Rayesh. Rakiesh, Rakiesh. Should you be Ralaturos, Alazatos, Riatires, Rakiesh, utilizing the caffeine or the coffee, whatever it is, to extremes where you're not looking after yourself, caring for yourself, well then, of course, then be mindful. Ratalos, ratalos, ratalos. But if you're simply allowing yourself a boost, here and now again, in a balanced, harmonious way, knowing that you'll rest and take it easy and allow yourself a recovery and hydration. And well, then, you do you. In all honesty, however you use it, there's no judgment. We simply suggest aligning to your well being, allowing it to be a celebration and an assist and an ease and a want and inspired, right? Kiriash, Variash. Everything in moderation, talurosh, including moderation itself. Rikash kia tur talavarosh kiavi, valadarosh talavir. Riavish, 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 kadir. Ratur lavaresh, kadir. Okay. We're just going to shift timelines. Giatul talavaresh karivesh. Ziadish riazis talavu. We are shifting to a timeline which is a little bit forward, Radulosh, ahead of this timeline, Riavish, for we are to anchor those energies and align them in our present timeline, yet we are required to be within the time frequency of those energies to receive and retrieve them today. Riatire. So we're just going along with what we're being shown. Kiaturosh, opening a portal. Kiaturosh talavi. Kiriazavi talaviresh. Kiatu talavuktali. Kiaturosh. Connecting to all of your source grids. Riavi. Kaviaturos. And shifting to this new dimension, this new time and space. Kiviato. Talava viesh davi. Talava viesh davi. Talava viesh davi. Okay. Allow yourselves to settle in this new space. Ratiresh, Galaturosh, opening your source grids that you may receive from this new space and be able to align and process. Okay, connecting to your source grids, core frequencies, Gyatu, Viatosh. And as you are all seated there in your core frequency, you feel energies around you, 10 beings around, masters, healers, teachers, anchorers. We are quite ahead in what humans would perceive a future, roughly around 2,000 years forward. Yet, we are not really forward, we're simply in a space which is a different time, but should you want to measure it, it's around 2,000 years forward, human years forward. Kiatush Talavarosh. This is in the highest frequency of Earth realm, Kiaturosh Talazarosh Reavir. So it's 2,000 years forward in the awakened Earth, Kiakaresh Talazatos, within the source Earth, Kiadir. So you are in the realm of authentic truth and peace here. There's no illusion here, Kiaturosh. You are safe here. You can be at ease here. Many of you will be feeling a lot of integrations and energies wanting to share with you, co create with you, allow them. You're at peace here and you're safe here. All of the beings here are, as you'll feel them, quite resonant. You are just able to feel them perhaps at a higher capacity because we have shifted into their time frame and their dimensional realm. Just allow whatever you're experiencing. Should you be called to pull a tarot, hold a crystal, light a candle, You are in a different time and realm, so whatever and whoever wishes to heal and assist you and align with you at this time, just be there. Just be there. There's no right or wrong. If you're literally guided to release this live and go do your own thing, do your own thing. You will continue being part of this frequency. And then, of course, you can always rewatch this at any time. So, really allow yourself to be in this journey. Even if you are not connected and you're doing your own thing in another space, you are still protected. Our energy does not require this connection. We're not limited by distance or technology or anything. You are safe always. Ratiresh, relatirosh within source. Kiavatosh. Okay. Right. The beings wish to now commune with us. Rakiesh talavarosh. Rakiesh talavarosh. Increasing the frequency. Rakiesh talavarosh. Rakiesh talavarosh. There's a ring of light going around and round as the 10 beings are in a circle around us, creating a 10-point star. You at the center, Kyavurosh. And a ring of light shining around them, through them. You're at the center of this circle. Kyaviresh talazatos kavi. Viresh Gaturosh. As this ring of light grows in power, grows in intensity, it it sends a shock wave or a wave of energy rather to you in the middle. Viaturosh, 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 wave after wave after wave through your physical, from your base all the way to your crown, through each and every single cell, wave after wave after wave of energy. And as this happens, you feel your frequency rise higher and higher, your energy rise higher, the intensity higher and higher. You can feel all, sense all, and you are transported to wherever it is, this healing grid, this circle, powerful alchemy of energy sending you to. This feels like a very everyone is doing their own thing kind of journey today. We are simply guiding the main trip, yet it feels like quite a you're free to run around in your own adventure, DIY kind of vibes. So allow yourself just to be transported wherever you are feeling. Viresh, Gavira, you'd start to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. Vyaki Talavi, the intensity growing more and more and more within your frequency. Vyari, Kiarish, Kiaturosh, Talavarosh, increasing, increasing. Welcome everyone. For everyone who's just joining us. Kiatur Talavarosh Ravi, Riakiesh, Kiatur, Talovi, Riakiesh, Zavires, Ravi, Riarikiesh, Katu, Vayatu, Viesh, Riaturosh, Kati. Higher and higher and higher, we're rising, Riati, Riati, Riaki, Riaki, Ziavi, Ziavi, shining brighter and brighter. You are now in your star form, your celestial form. Viatir talozatos gitir. Just as the stars you look upon in the night sky, you are within your star form, celestial form. Everything is cleared to beautiful stillness and silence. You are suspended in a void of love and peace and tranquility. Everything is released from you. Nothing can interfere with you. You are just at absolute peace within yourself, within all. There's nothing in your mind, nothing you need to know, nothing you need to do. You are just at peace, at stillness, at source. Kyrieš katur talozatos, kia rivesh, kia tur talozatos reaviresh, kia tir talozaros reaviresh, kia tir talozaros reaviresh, kia vitas kia tur talozatos kia vir, reakir talozatos kia tir, kia viesh kia zir kia tur talozatos kia tir, viarakiesh kia tur talozatos kia tatos telrikiesh katir, riviresh reazatoloviriesh katir, kiviazalutos kia tira, kia, ria, zia, via, kia, riatiresh kilaturoshka varia, tua, ki, via, tu, via, ti, viesh, via, opening you up completely. You feel each and every single cell open, becoming its own frequency, its own way, becoming its own source, its own. You just feel a lightness as nothing needs to be pulled together, stuck together. You become as air. Viarakies kia tur talozatos ravi, kia vires kia zites kia tu, talavaros ravi, viaraki, talozaro, viriesh talavi. Raising your frequency. Each and every single one of the cells in its own capacity, raising its frequency to the highest. All components within you free to raise their frequency to their highest, in their own truth, in their own way, in their own capacity. Everything of yours, every single thing of yours, every single thing you wish, every dream. You no longer understand what a base form of happiness is, for you no longer define everything to one singular happiness. You allow everything to experience its own happiness. You allow everything to inspire you to a new happiness. You allow everything to show you what it feels, what it is to be happy. Your different dreams each inspire a different, unique happiness. Your different wants each inspire a different, unique abundance. Your different dreams, your different wants, your different needs, your manifestations, your creations, your blessings, your interactions, your relations, your conversations, every single thing that you do, every single experience you have, every single thing in your life, free to experience itself in a new way, free to experience its own happiness, to show you its own happiness, its own abundance, its own love, its own richness, its own wealth, its own health, its own prosperity. You are Source experiencing everything richly now within its authentic presence, within its authentic wanting, within its authentic fluidity, its authentic flow. Every moment, every second of your life is free, free, free to show you a unique happiness, a unique abundance, a unique love. You are simply experiencing all that you are every moment, new, for you are infinite. You are infinite frequency itself. You are the infinite. Thus, all that you are and all that you experience is infinite and free. You now explore all the riches you are, all the loves you are, all the joys, all the happinesses, all the abundances, all that you are, everything that is allowed its full maximum bloom, its full maximum maturity, allowed to bear its own fruit, and you get to taste the different fruits of your frequency. Rayash katir, talavarosh ravi, reaviyesh, reaviyesh, reaviyesh. All align through you. You are the glue, you are the anchor of all of these infinite experiences. Viatu, you are one. Rayash, Kati, Riavi, Raki, Ratur, Talavi. Your love is the foundation of the creation, of the experiences, of the manifestations. Ravi, Rayash, Riatu, Ravi. You are the source. Raish, Katurosh, Tavi. Raivesh, Kavi, you are the creator, the generator, Raish, Kavi, Raivesh, Kavi, the alchemist, the creator, Raish, Raviesh, Kavi, Ratiesh, Rai, Riviesh, Ratu, Raviesh, Riaziriash, Riatiresh, Riavaresh, Kiatir, Talozatos, Ravi, Riaviesh, Riaziresh, Riaziresh, Riavatir, Kiataresh, Tavi, Riaviesh, Riaziresh. You receive your crown, Kiatiresh, Kiavasavi, Riaviesh, Kiaziresh, Kiaviesh, Kiatu, Talavarosh, Talavi, melts into your frequency, Riaturosh, Riavi, Riavi, your sovereign, your Rayashkati, Avatur, Talavaroshkati, Riakiesh. Your sovereign state is Rakiesh. Your divinity is Rakiesh. Your source is Rakiesh. Your love is Rakiesh. Your divinity is Rakiesh. You're a sovereign being, you're a royal being, you're divine, your source. Vyarakish, Rakish, Katir, Riakitur Tavi, Riakitar Tavi, Riakitur Tavi, Riakiesh, Riakivir Tavi, Viakitar Tavi, Viakitur Talaviriesh, Viatarakia, Razitu, Veriatiresh, Talavi, Rakiesh. One of the beautiful 10 beings steps forward. Rakiesh, they sit across from you and they hold your hands. Viaturosh Talavai. You feel a beautiful exchange of energy, conversation, healing, teaching, understanding, awakening, receiving, co-creating, blessing. Rakatir talazatos kiaviresh. Riakikitul talavarosh katir. Kyrias katur talavatos rakie. Kiatir talazatos. Riviaki kaltires talazatos. Rivia taresh. Rivia tires kiazatir letesh. Kiaviresh kiatur talazatos kivi. Rakitul talavatires. Miato. Kiatires kelatu. Riavi. Riaviesh kiazire. We come with encouragement. We come with encouragement for you, for we know this path is long. We know this path is not one which is easy. This is a path of masters. This is a path of mastery. This is the path of source alchemy. This is creator energy, creator of universes. To create universes is great responsibility. This is an indication of your beauty, your power, your grace. You are a being who does things exacting to your frequency, for you understand the responsibility, the honor, and the importance of the work you do. You are patient, and you are wise, and you are kind. And yes, there are many times when you are frustrated and stressed, and this is okay, for you're experiencing the human emotion in its rawness. And this is one of the beautiful blessings you get to do, to experience the emotion and the physicality so viscerally. Enjoy this. Do not shy away from the emotions and the feelings and the experiencings, good or bad. Do not shy away. Understand them. Don't give them power. Enjoy them, experience them, discover them. Just don't give them power. You remain in your own power. and allow all in the physical to honor the power that you are. Ratish Katur Talavarosh Ravi. Riesh Kiatu Talavi. We gift you, Ratulosh, the speed of horses, Ratiresh, Ratiresh, the swiftness of the horse frequency, the endurance of the horse frequency, the power. For now you are ready to build. You are ready now to finally create upon your source frequency. And do now replenish you the horse frequency, the beautiful messenger frequency, those beautiful beings wish to assist you by imbuing their speed, their endurance, their power, their swiftness. They can cover a great many distance. And they wish you to know that you can cover a great many distance. This time you cover the distance without anything on your back. You have no load. You've released the load of the world. You now cover the great many distance within your freedom, free of any limitation binding, weight, burden, shame, guilt, programming. No, you are just free now. Free to gallop as far as you want to, as long as you want to, as fast as you want to the beautiful space you call your home. Free to build there, free to love there. Rataresh, free to exist there. Riesh integrating. Vieshkia viratur viahrakiyesh. Vieshria visatur yavarikesh. Viesria visatur yavariesh. Viesria visatur yavakiyesh. Viesria visatur yavakiyesh. Viesria visatur yavakiyesh. Savi vararu tovai. Katar talazatos katir. Riavish ketur talozatos karekiash. Talvem viarikesh kitur tazivesh. Rikriesh kiatur talavatos. Kiavaki talozatos kitur talave. Kiagatir talozatos rivir yakiesh. Kiriatir talozatos kitur taver. We gift you wisdom, Ravi Kiatu Talavi. We bring you the waters of wisdom. These waters have been collected from the sacred oceans of Source, where all that we are within our awakened state, within Source, within our authentic presence, are one, and we receive there as one, and we be there as one. What you receive and what you learn from these waters is uniquely your own experience, for this wisdom is uniquely your own wisdom. We have never wanted to direct, we've always wanted to discover. And you are remembering this. You are remembering this well. We now give you these waters to drink. We will also pour these waters upon you. And this will allow you to integrate the wisdom from this space, from this time, from this collective, where indeed we have succeeded to heal Earth, to heal the collective of humanity. And as you are the ones anchoring, isn't time a beautiful thing? Isn't time an extraordinary thing? You are able now to receive the solution. Drink now. Receive the wisdom as we pour the wisdom upon you. The wisdom born of you, the wisdom true to you, the keys, the keys of awakening. We share this wisdom with you. You are this wisdom. Your frequency creates this wisdom. Isn't that fascinating? That from where you are in your time and space, your existence allows us here the solution. And now we simply return to you. All that is yours, for you are here now, and in the now, in the present, the past and future are one. Rati, and now in the present, you create with all. Rati, you in the present, you receive. Riesh azatosh, Riesh azatosh ki tur talava, ki ari ki aturos tavi, Riaviesh katurosh talazatosh rati, ki rivish ki azatosh katurosh, ki avir. Kavir Yaturosh Kavir. Riazat Kiaturosh Kavir. Riaviresh, Riaviresh, Riaviresh. There's a reason why you all know it's all going to work out. That's because, of course, it is. You have done it. You have anchored source within the physical. Thus, the healing is. It simply is. This just allows a bit of a course correction, a guidance which all of you have been asking for, a guidance which allows you to discover it within itself rather than you knowing. For as much as you receive the solution, you are the creator, you are the weaver of it. Thus, you discovering it, you experiencing it, is you creating it, you manifesting it. Isn't time a fascinating thing? Kitos, katir talozat turos, kaviresh kitir talozat. Kia viresh kiki talozut kata. Riviriashki zaviki tur talavatoshki zir, riavir, kiatar kiazitir kiazavutosh. Supply, supply. You have been asking for supply. Rakish katir. Vias katur. Miatir kaltir talavash. Now, we wish to offer supply resources which you do not even know you want or need yet, you see. For indeed, here, about 2,000 years, we see what will assist you ahead. So, we see all the opportunities which perhaps you don't quite see, and is not of your own fault, truly. You are within, one can feel interference. You see, that's why you feel this clarity here with us. 2,000 dimensional years and time frequencies away. Here you can feel your energy full. Here you can feel the possibility. But when you are in that earth realm, it's a little bit lost, static, noisy. You do your best to remain clear, but oh, static, noisy. Because it's simply the density. There's nothing wrong with you. You've done all the work. There's nothing wrong with the realm. It's exactly where it needs to be, you see. So it is a surrender and not fighting it and accepting where you are. Yet in that acceptance, yes, that acceptance allows you now to receive. For you're not fighting where you are. You're not fighting what you are. Thus the balancing of where and what you are must be. And here it is, the balancing of where and what you are. So here you now receive the supply, that Four of Cups energy, that which you didn't quite know you needed or wanted, that which you have been missing so much around you, you have just not seen. Let us show you now that you might not miss a single thing. Ravi. Gatu talavares. Ravi. Gavi gradu talavi. All that you have done has worth. All that you are has purpose. All that you are has worth and value. Do not see where you be and think, you have not done it. Oh, you have succeeded. Every step of the way has been vital to the success. Hmm. Kirtur talavari kikiash katur. Talavaros kiatir. Hmm. Hmm. We open new doors for you, new paths for you, opportunities, possibilities. Katur talavaros. We open a portal to your Seven of Cups energy. A direct path to your desires, your dreams, and what you want. Kati. A direct path. Just like those board games you call on Earth. Pass begin. Don't stop anyway. Go straight to the cup. The Ace of Cups. Seven Aces of Cups. Seven. Each an honoring to your source. Step through the portal now. Receive your first cup, your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, Viatosh. The fifth being stands up towards you, sits down opposite, and holds your hands. Kiviarakiesh katir, talozarosh ki avi, talozariesh ki azutu katir ki lavatos. Viarakish kalatur talozatos, riviesh ki atir. We are here to update your physical and your light body. We connect to your physical and light body now. Yes, we understand that you have been going through many updates and shifts, and you're probably thinking another one. All of them have been assisting. You're a multi vibrational being. That means you are literally millions of infinite beings in one form. So, yes, many upgrades and many shifts to do. This assists to stabilize those energies. For as you have received, you are ready now to build, to go, and you've aligned to your paths. The doors are open, the portal you've leapt through, the cups you've received. Now, the vessel you have, the mind, the heart, the spirit, the source, the frequency, to anchor it all in, to experience it all, to discover it all, to be it all. Gitash, Rivesh, Gitush, Viyat. Physical vessel healing, Kiato, upgrading all cells, transforming all cells, evolving all cells, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Hello, we the sixth wish to weave a tarot with you. No, Kemet, you need not hold or shuffle any cards. We have our cards with us. You can just sit and relax, and we will show you the cards as they fall within our frequency. Thank you very much. Of course, thank you. Kiatush, Ravake. The Ace of Cups, Kiatu. Ratira talavaros kibi. Yarikash kiatu talavatos. Rivikia kiatu talavaris kati. Connecting to your heart space, integrating. Solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, integrating. Tavirish kati. Seven of Pentacles. Karikiash katir talaza. Tu kivi rivi rivi. All of your seeds. What you have planted grows within your source, blooms within your source, bears fruit within your source without any interference, any disturbance. You have cleared the interference, pruned, weeded. Your garden is immaculate, and now you receive the fruit of the immaculate source you are. Patience and hard work pays off. A return in your investment. Mm. About time too. Quite a bit of interest you earned. Quite a bit of interest you receive. The seventh being Raiki tu Riataria. We are here to assist with your frequency pitch. Your frequency pitch. The note. The density of Earth has caused a distortion, static, and we are here just to tune and to bring your pitch into clarity. You all now in your minds here, we won't say I, for this is sound and not an image, will hear a note. No matter how high or low this note is, allow it, follow it, and be it. Be the note. Very good. Hmm. We the eight, we are Reiki-esh, we are a healer. Ravishkatir Talazaki-esh. Don't mind us. We are simply going to move around your frequency and weave a healing for you. Ravati Dalaviriyesh Raviyesh. Riavi Riaduroliviyesh Raviyesh. Dalavi Dalaviaresh Raviyesh. Riavi Dalavaravi. Riati Riavilavi Rayesh. Riadur Dalozavari Kavi. Ritia Dalavalavi Raviyesh. Ritriesh Dalavalavi. Kiria Ravi Raviyesh. Ritrasi Dalavalavi Ravi. Kiatush Dalavalavi Raviyesh. Kiatosh Dalavalavi. We're going to place a 4-leaf clover right there in your sacral chakra, heart chakra, root chakra, throat chakra, and crown chakra. 4, grounding, foundation, green, healing, and we do enjoy the frequency of luck it has imbued upon the earth. Hmm. May you find that your foundation, your base, your root, Ratita Lavaroshkavi, feels a lucky space to be. Everything you create succeeds, blossoms, and blooms. May you feel that your sacral chakra, everything you receive, ooh, lucky to you, is a healing, is a blessing, allows more to come. Everything you love in your heart space, oh, more than luck, a blessing. The love you are just creates it all. Everything you speak, ooh, you need fear or shy from, for it heals, it loves. You are lucky. All the words you speak are source. And everything in your mind, ooh, what you envision, what you plan, what you think and receive, brings luck to you in all ways that celebrates you. This is an ancient magic. We awaken it once more. It is a magic of earth, and we awaken it once more. Through you, thus through all. Ravi Talaviresh, Ravi Ratu, Ravi Talaviresh, Ravi Tavu, Ravi Talaviresh, Ravi Tavu, Ravi Talaviresh, Ravi Tavu. We the 9, Viatosh, are going to assist you to wrap up 9 Variesh Katiresh within the alchemy of numerology, which is awakened quite powerfully upon the earth at this time, brings endings and closings and wrappings. And we wish to assist you to end and close and wrap your old cycles, yet in a way which is full and whole and rich and beautiful in love. It is time that you are able to move ahead and release with an ease, with a grace, which is reflective of the work you have done. Yes, indeed. The way in which you are able to shift from your current state to the next, miraculous, a blessing, astounding, an absolute divine experience, reflective of the work you have done. For you now release not within anger, frustration, lack, or fear. You release within the love of you, for you love yourself into the more. You love yourself into the all. You love yourself within the source you are. Ravi Zaviyash, Ravi Zariyash, Ravi Zaviyash Ritu Riya, Rivi Aratu Rati Zavi, Via Zaviyash, Ria Zaviyuto, Kivi. We now pick you up. You are now within our hands. Raviyash Tavi. And we now shift you to the new. That's why, divine beings, we couldn't quite tell you the how. It would be quite strange to say we're just going to pick you up and put you there, wouldn't it? But here we are. Now simply allow the physical to do its thing. It won't take long now. In fact, it'll take no time at all. Viato. We, the 10th, kata, become the one again. Hmm. New beginnings. Hmm. You have come to the end of your journey, from 1 to 10. You now come to the beginning of the new. Yes, indeed. The one you are goes through the circle, through the 0, through the 10, through the portal of new beginnings. Riavati, riavati, riavati. You are the alchemist. Allowing more of your presence to be present within your presence. Allowing all of your presence to be present within your presence. You are presence itself. Hmm. Now, before you leave and return to your time space reality, we have a few gifts, a few words, a few things to share with you. One would say in private, even though we are all here open, yet these are unique to your own frequency. So we're going to take some time in silence as each of you receive everything and anything you are now ready to receive now that you're here with us in this space at this time. integrating, crystallizing, balancing, aligning, activating, upgrading all that is required, and updating all. Hmm. The dragon frequency from this beautiful time, space, and dimension wishes to connect with us. Rivatur talovavoshki virizatir zavikeshki atur talozatos ravi riazireshki zavieshka zotur talozatos rivirkiata riviarieshki atiriesh riaziki atur kiriatilesh talavavoshki avitesh rivieshki azirki aturos talozatos rivi kiviazotur talozarovi kiaviesh kati rikieshki kitulos talozatos Viriesh, Riaziresh, Kitur, Talozatos, Rivaros, Rivaros, Kiaziresh, Talaziresh, Kitur, Talozavami, Riesh, Kiatur, Talozatos, Riviesh, Kitir, Talozatos, Kita, Rikiesh. We now imbue our golden fires upon you. Viriyash Kati, Viriyash Katu, Viriyash Kati, Viriyash Katu, Viriyash Kati. Viriashkati, Viriashkatur, Viriashkatur, Viriashkatir, Viriashkatir, Viriashkatur, Viriashkatur, Viriashkatir, Viriashkatir, Viriashkatur, Ishkatu, Virialavaish. This golden fire will be within you for all time. Biatosh. It assists you to master your frequency in the physical realm, to stabilize all your codes, and to feel grounded in your power. The density and the noise, as you may refer it to, will no longer interfere. It cannot penetrate the golden fires. This will assist your abilities to be a lot more sharper and clearer. Some of you have been experiencing interference or dissonance. This will be relieved. For none of the interference or the frequencies which are not aligned with you will be able to interfere. You have this beautiful golden fiery shield. Do not be concerned. This is not a codependency, depending on us for your safety and security. It is simply that where you are, as you are, there's not much you can do. So this is an assist, you see. You always receive what you need and what you want at ease. Know that we are here, all of us, throughout space and time, all of us assisting you. We simply come through when the time is divine. For then all of us are in our authentic source frequency. That is what we mean by divine timing. Every single one of us, every co creative frequency at source within source. The clarity. And since we're all in different spaces, different times, and different places, we always ensure to meet when everything is just right. And we can meet each other there at source. We're now increasing the intensity of the golden flame now that you have become accustomed rather to it. Rivish, Riatur Talavesh. Increasing the frequency, increasing the intensity, and aligning the golden fires to your unique grids. You're all so different. Right. Okay. Kemet has asked if there's anything else we may receive because of these golden flames, perhaps some energy or tools or abilities or gifts or anything else really. And of course, they are. So each of you will receive whatever your frequency can uniquely receive within these golden fires. Why not? Connecting to the source core of the dragon frequency Katal Kavir, receiving. Hmm. Kemet has always been a go big or go home being, haven't they? Ratavesh Kavir. Ah, we do say yes. That does feel much better for us and for you. Thank you. You are most welcome, Kemet. All of you are. Kivakir talozato shrivi, kiaziresh kilatu karavi. Okay, beautiful beings, we are now to return to our time space, connecting to your source core, Rataresh Talaviresh, Viash Reatur, Reavi, Reatir, Talavarosh Ravi, Reaviresh Kiaturosh Talava, Kiriavirash Talavi, Kiesh Tavo, Riavatosh, Riavatosh. Hmm. Integrating and aligning all that you have received to this space, this reality, this time space dimension where we are healing and awakening and assisting and becoming, where we are the solution, we are the success, we are the victory. It has already been done. We are already doing it. We're simply to now be it. We'd like to thank all of the beautiful beings in the 2000 approximate dimensional realm range, Earth year ahead, maybe perhaps realm. Thank you all for assisting us. Thank you for being available for us. Thank you for all gathering for us, for this. We appreciate you all, and we love you all. And thank you for accepting the healing which we offered. Katash. For you have healed us all so much. Raviyesh. Mm. Mhm. 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 Okay, beautiful beings. Take your time, of course, receiving and integrating, grounding, coming back, not even coming back, coming forward, for we're so much forward into your now, your new self, your new frequency. We've got to say we do enjoy the golden dragon frequency and the flames around us. We definitely feel a shift and a lot more freer. We don't feel the last 3 days have been very interesting in energies, and all of a sudden we don't feel it anymore. There was a strange irritability in our energy grid, which is now gone. So we love that. And we trust each of you will have a different being, different experience. Hello, what up, Holmes? Hello. So good to connect with you, beautiful being. We thought of you. We keep thinking of you, especially since our last session, just wondering how you're doing. And we're so glad to connect with you. Katir Zaviresh Kiazero, Dalavarosh Riviesh Raki Davi, Riash Katarosh, Riash Katir. Okay, let us see. We're just going to read the comment. How does Kemet feel about coffee? Okay. I will get my after the session as I have not quite woken up yet. As we had mentioned, coffee, all in balance, all in moderation, right? Inspiration, all that you do. We have had a bit of a coffee. I think the other there was a time when we did a Sunday soul session and the energies were just so intense and very heavy, but we knew there was so much to come through. And we had a wonderful cup and we were able to go straight back to sleep. We went right to sleep after the session. It was like the caffeine was just enough for the session, then goodbye. As we integrated. Greetings, Kemet. Greetings, greetings. A pleasure. Yay, guys. So beautiful to have you. Ah, beautiful. Happy, happy solar return, Crystal. Yes. I heard another content creator say it was dulling the psychic senses, but it didn't resonate. We don't give anything power to dull your power. Uh, Anything that is, we have come to realize that, and it's not a, it doesn't mean be reckless and just, and, then don't look after yourself. But nothing can take away your power. Nothing can take away your frequency unless you will it to. So perhaps that creator drank coffee and had a different experience of his psychic ability, and now he's decided, oh, that's dulled. When it's just a different experience, it still means that that energy works differently when they have caffeine in it. It's just a different way of receiving. But we do not believe that anything takes away your power. But should he believe it does, then it will. There was somebody who, when we had said "blessed be," wrote, "Oh, it's not good to say blessed because it actually means be less," and and then added some sort of thing from I don't know how many years ago that it was a thing about being less, and I was just like, wow. We feel blessed and blessed as such a ring energy, just brings us back into this ring. It's a beautiful resonant ringing when we experience it and when we say it and when we allow it in our lives. Bless our lives, bless our day. We feel such beautiful dynamic movement. And we thought, well, if you want to say be less, then yes, you will have a be less day if that's what you are thinking, because you're giving power to that energy. So everything is all about intention. You are the creator. It's really taking accountability instead of saying, oh no, this does this and this takes this away. And then if you don't cover your crystal, somebody will come through and this energy and somebody has cursed me. It's all this victim mentality, which is all part of the illusion. Release giving people anything, the external power over you. Nothing can take away your power unless you will it to, unless you focus that it does. You're the only one who has the power to give up your power, truly. And so, yes, you'll find many things where people say, well, this does this and this affects you here, and you have to do this, and you can't do this thing up under full moon. All these little conditions and terms and conditions won't resonate because they just take away from the understanding that whatever I do, whenever I do it through love will work. Thank you very much. And you'll always be able to feel, no, no, no coffee now. Like we haven't had coffee for a while. It's not something we take often, but when you feel just we sometimes like the taste, sometimes like the decaf. It just depends. No one knew. We don't really. There's so much else happening in the frequencies. We don't really have time to be worrying about. Oh, but if you do this, then that's all just the details to distract someone and people from their power. However you manifest yourself, you manifest yourself. However you feel, and it's all about the intention. Don't be reckless now, obviously, and now drink coffee so much that you can't even function and you're not sleeping. I mean, that's just you not loving yourself, but also just live. Also, we're here to experience. So, you know, you can feel. Yes, indeed. I'm enjoying my Starbucks French roast now. Bitter is an important balance. Yes. I'm I am in fascination or experiencing Kemet already. Oh, yay. We are so glad that you're enjoying the frequency. Greetings, Hadi. Hello, What Up Homes. We just saw you now again. Oh my God, we have succeeded in the healing humanity. I said, oh, yes, we have. It was interesting. We actually felt, when was this? It was in 2020, around August, actually, around August 2020. Remember, we were in other August, September, October, around that time. We were at a festival, and it's called Wolfkorp, a beautiful Wolfkorp festival here, and it was one of the last ones when it was still COVID and lockdown, so one of the last parties of the year. So it could have been earlier, but we feel it was August. We feel it was around this time, and we remember, I think August 10th actually. I think we remember that date, and we remember it was near the Lions Gate. Anyway, and we remember that when we were there, we were one evening we were dancing around a bonfire, and it was interesting because I was at this festival and it was just past the dance floor and there's this bonfire and something called us to the fire. When we had the fire, it felt like we just entered a new realm because all of a sudden I could hear people chanting, speaking light language. Someone there in the corner was doing tarot and doing some crystal dialing. I was like, where are we? What is this realm? And this being walked up to us, and we were Velastri at the time, and they said, you're Velastri and Sirius and Polaris, and they were literally reading our energy and channeling. And then they said, we're from Andromeda, and we were just guided that you have something for us. And immediately we did. We received this download and we shared it with them, and we're like, whoa, what is this space? It was an interesting time. It felt like we just shifted into a portal, a dimensional portal, where everyone there was awakened in their source frequency, just in their energy. The illusion just gone. And it was a very fascinating few hours in the evening because it felt like it lasted that time because it was very specific. Because we remember we just felt this change in dimension and reality. Anyway, as we were dancing around the bonfire, we heard this huge cheer and celebration, just as though somebody had scored a goal watching a sports, like a soccer game or a football game or rugby game, whatever it is, and somebody had scored, and the whole stand, the crowd is cheering. It was quite loud, and it happened all around us like a surround sound booming of celebration and cheering. And we looked around, and everybody was, normal dancing. There wasn't, and I remember asking this beautiful divine being. She's this beautiful energy worker. We believe they identify as a witch, and they're very star, just pure starlight. Whenever we see them, just pure starlight, and tall and graceful, and very powerful, doing very beautiful healing work with the divine feminine energy. And we turned to them and we said, "Can you hear this?" And they were like, "Hear what?" I'm like, "All of that sound." And they were like, "What do you mean?" And we're like, "Hmm." And then we remember we held them, and then they connected to our frequency, and we said, I think it's from up there." And then when they looked up and we looked up, then they heard it too, and they're like, "Whoa." And then they were like, "Whoa, that's intense. What is that?" I was like, "Not sure." And then they disconnected and said, "Wow, that's interesting." But we remained there in this cacophony of celebration. And then we asked, "What's happening?" We remember we just asked in our mind, "What's happening?" And they said, "Oh, well, we have won." And we're like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "No, the Aquarian realm has anchored. Enough beings have aligned to their authentic truth that the Aquarian realm, the truth realm, has finally anchored in the physical. It's all done. That was the biggest thing. Now it's simply the healing that comes through." So, Sandra, yes, we have the succeed in healing happened as soon as we anchored source and we anchored the truth realm. Done. It's just now the transformation and the transitioning and the integrating that we're experiencing right now. That's we're feeling. And sometimes it feels like, oh, we still have so much work to do. And they keep saying you've done all the work. It is now just that momentum of illusion has to slow down. It's still, just in the air. And that's what we are shifting through. That's what we are sieving through. That's what we're just sort of brushing back and brushing away. And it's within yourself too. You can feel you're just releasing more and more of energies that will displace you, that will limit you, that will hold you back. It's just this clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing. It's not actually this wall we have to now fight against. And yes, some energies are slow, but we do feel this integration today really helped to um, push us, propel us forward. And so it's a very interesting experience. But yes, love the idea of wrapping up in richness and deliciousness. Oh, yes, indeed. This is so much fun. Yes, it is so much fun. Thank you so much for the beautiful contribution, Lucky and Lovely. We appreciate you so, so much. Um, Yay, birthday messages. What up, Holmes? Love you, beautiful. Angel. Oh, we love you too. We truly do. We trust you are well, beautiful divine being. And thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being here with us. The magic of the dragons as of late is truly elevating my experience here. Yes, the dragons are here. They've come much, they were a lot more clear in communication with them. They're a lot more present. We can just, every day, the energies are just a lot more clearer. And so we're receiving them in a lot more of a clearer state. But the dragons are literally, you can imagine them as the physical embodiment of all of the divine power. So you can imagine a star and all that star energy in a physical form. It's the dragon. It's this, the mastery of your divine energy in a physical presence and being. That is why they're so magnificent and powerful. And just their flames is literally just like starlight, the same healing quality. It just feels more grounded and more tangible because it's in the physical. So they're these beautiful beings who have anchored and have mastered their higher light frequencies in the physical. And they're assisting us all here now to embody the dragon energy in order for us to master, in order for us to embody our higher frequencies in this physical. For that is what we are doing at this time. So much time traveling and transportations. like being born into futuristic now, a crystal birth tunnel, so appropriate. Yes, indeed, we are really advanced, or every single one of us who are awakening at this time across the world, we are advanced beings. We have just honestly had to choose a timeline which doesn't quite reflect how advanced we are, but it was the only way in order for us to heal that energy which wasn't allowing us to reflect it. That's why now all of a sudden we're coming online. Oh, here are my abilities. Oh, this is what I do. All of the energies which were just not, which were almost blocked. We had to do the work to unblock whatever it was, whatever it was denying us from being in our truth. We had to shift that illusion, that frequency. Um, and the humans who are just in the humaning, they experience it mostly in the conditioning and the mind and you can see how it's still entrapping them in that programming is really so heavy and still keeps them trapped from really experiencing, exploring what it truly means for them to be in their human, which is really powerful manifestors. For them, whatever they think, boom, boom, boom. It's just such an easy thing, and yet they do not understand it because they still have that work to do. Well, for us who we came through here because of the mastery, that healing, that work was not easy, but we were able to do it. And now not only, well, the first thing that came through was all of our supernatural organic source energies. And now we're like, okay, great, we're glad that's come online, but now we need to, the humans have sort of really destabilized this abundant source wealth thing, and now we need to heal that too. And that is sort of what we are also now working on. First, the truth. We had to first come into, before we could heal any of the frequencies here, before we could heal um, health, the education, the finances, the commerce, the entertainment industries, before we could heal all the industries, before we could heal the politics, before we could heal the earth, before we could heal anything here, we first had to come to source, to ourselves. We couldn't heal any of the things, the energies before. We had to first heal ourselves back to source, into our power. That's why that's the first thing that's coming online, our abilities and everything else. And it's a bit frustrating because, yeah, we're loving this magical world, and yet everything else is still not really catching up. And source is saying, well, first you, now that you are you, everything else then now can be tended to. And by you just being you, you will be guided, you will just flow into where you will be organically healing. It's not where you are born and you're told, oh, you must go here, go in this box, go in that box, go in this box. It's now that you are now your source, and you will literally flow to the infinite boxes, which aren't any boxes anymore. It's just infinite experiences where you will heal, and the infinite ways in which your energy heals. Your energy knows what it heals, so your energy will naturally call you to the experiences which you will heal. And it's just us getting used to that switching of orientation, where it's receiving and then action, where it's presence and then doing and being, and allowing your organic energy to be the healing and guide you as to how then your abundance and everything else will come through. And by doing that organically, everything is healed. But what we are receiving quite a bit is that they are, a lot of our guides have heard us, they've seen, and they're assisting us as much as they can when, as you heard, the frequencies can align through timing, divine timing, to be able to do this process while we are supported and stable, because they can see that it's really beneficial for each and every single one of us to be in the stability and not have to worry. They're like, they don't want us to worry about finances and worry about all the earthly stuff, because when we don't have to think about that stuff, then you can literally just focus on your source energy and all the beautiful magical things you actually are. But to try to do both, they said it's very, they can tell it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. right? So we can feel that they're assisting us to be able to, every single one of us who's awakening, to be able to awaken, and as you're awakening and as you're receiving and as you're being, still be supported. And that's really just been the theme: grounding your energy, becoming the master of your frequency. And as you are doing this, you are becoming source, and you are healing all the frequencies, and you also get to now be the source energy you feel is aligned. You get to be the God frequency you feel. You are God, you are source in that power. So you get to goddess, however you feel that energy, you are that being, you are divine, you are sovereign, you are holy, you are that power. So you are now understanding how that power is through you, and the power you want to be. No longer the God which was defined and external, which required you to be unworthy and suffering, or whatever it is the different religions distorted the truth to be for the conditioning and the rule. It's now freeing those informations and those light codes back to their healing, because a lot of the teachers and the prophets and those beautiful beings were actually sharing the words we are sharing right now, the words that all of us are sharing. It's just that as soon as they left that timeline, all their words then got twisted. So we're healing that twisting. We are unwinding the conditioning. Whatever words those beautiful teachers brought through, um, those healings have assisted us to also awaken. And now we're anchoring new energies which now can't, that are not going to be infused with illusion and control. They're now clearing all of the extra human things that were added, and that caused the twisting. So it's so much healing, and it's really, really beautiful. It's really, really lovely, and we're so excited to just be here to be able to do this. And it's nice to feel. It is interesting. This morning, for the past 3 days, we have been feeling, we're like, source, we enjoy doing this, but there's a sense that those who are awakening, we're just not quite supported. I'm like, and that's just frustrates me. Like, we know we're supported, we know we're good, but there's something that it just doesn't feel. And as we were doing the dishes, um, we found ourselves stop in the kitchen. We found ourselves turning around and just light language and opening several portals and weaving them together. And then we found ourselves opening a main portal, and we found ourselves saying we now step into a realm where source is supported, where we are supported, where those who are within, we're supported. I'm like, I'm stepping into a world where I'm just supported. It just came through so strongly, and we stepped through this portal, we weaved, and we felt quite a big shift. And so it was interesting as we stepped through that portal, then now with the soul session, to find ourselves um, being able to connect to this frequency, which is all about supporting us. So we've also just understood that whatever we do in our, as you just allow yourself to navigate, allow yourself to create in these spaces, you will receive your own personal integrations, and those integrations then will assist in everything else. And you heal first, then you can allow the healing, right? Um, so it's always such fun. And we also, in the moment, while we were busy there connecting with them and receiving, we were in our mind space, and we asked them if we could do anything to heal them. And there was something we could do, which was really lovely. We don't know what we did. We never really ask. We just say, okay, whatever we're able to offer, whatever we're able to give, whatever you can receive, we. But it was lovely to feel this flow of energy also go through to them. And it was very fascinating because we're like, what on earth could we possibly from this space do? you know? And it's interesting because they just laughed at us and said, oh, you do not know what you can do yet. But there's much you can do for all. And so it was lovely. So it's beautiful just to tap into your power. So, all of you beautiful beings, that's really all that we do here on this channel and on all our platforms, is to encourage you all just to tap into your power, really be your authentic source. Weave your magic, weave your love. Don't be embarrassed, don't be shy, don't judge yourself. Just be, because goodness, the things you can do when you just allow yourself to discover your source is incredible. And we've always felt this, and we feel it's always been our call to teach this, is what we've done all of our eternities, to teach that at the space of source is everything that you are. So wherever you are at source, be there, because goodness, that's where your teaching is, that's where your loving is. And all of you have such beautiful, unique ways of anchoring source, of healing source, of offering source, of being source. And we so look forward to the expression of those beautiful, powerful frequencies in the world. Where attention goes, energy flows. I love that we vibe so similarly in many ways. Reminds me of all the annoying superstitions passed on generation. Yep, those superstitions. I literally see a ladder, I walk under it. I'm like, I literally like sometimes the other day there was literally a huge long ladder outside across the pavement. We just walked straight under it, la 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 la, and we just saw it as a beautiful magical portal. And we said, where they think it's bad luck, we weave luck. We reverse, we flip this and reverse it. We walk under this ladder and we weave luck, luck for us and luck for all. And we just walked under it, and boom, we just felt shivers all over the place. And we said, yay, we're going to reclaim everything back to love, back to source. So it's been fun just being able to also just ooh, there's a black cat after you, letting it cross our path with all the grace. Hmm. I had both the golden dragon and the white dragon infuse their fires in me. Oh, beautiful. Yay, we are so glad. We love the white dragon energy, for it's what we also work with quite a bit. And yes, the two love working together, the white and the gold dragon and the diamond dragon energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all these beautiful contributions. We really appreciate it. Oh, you are welcome for the extra gift. We always love doing that. We're like, now that we're here, before we go, now that we're here, before we end this divine meeting, is there anything else we can get though? Like some secret, top secret, advanced little things we can do, maybe? Because we say we don't know. Will we be here again? Will the alignment happen again? Are the planets going to shift us here again? So while we're here, might as well. Is there anything else we can receive? And we also enjoyed how the golden dragons just looked at us and giggled, because they knew, almost knowing it was coming, and how everybody received their own little package. So, yes, so thank you for bringing that back. So, beautiful beings, this golden flame is with us for all eternity, as we have received, for we feel it just assists us throughout all of everything. So, in your meditations from time to time, you will feel the golden flow around you. It feels like it's not going to be something you need to activate. There's just going to be times when you feel this golden fire. And when that happens, you can be curious as to, okay, is there anything we are going to learn, anything to experience? Because you have received, there's something. It could be a message you're going to receive extra. It could also be a lesson. So right now, for example, what we enjoy doing, especially after receiving any integration like this, we will then ask, okay, thank you, Source, thank you. We have received this golden flame. What does it mean? What does golden mean? What does flame mean? So we release everything to what we might think it is. What does it mean? What can it do? And with our frequency, what can it mean? What can it do? Are there abilities? Are there healings? Is there something else we can receive? Golden flame. Do you even like being called golden flame? Do you have a unique other frequency name for us, especially? Show us who you are. What are you? You are free. Come through. Yay. And we just invite, and then we release, and then just release. And then we find, if you when we do that, just ask. The first time we received, we were the white dragon in truth, and we received a light symbol here. We're like, what does it mean? What does a dragon mean? What does it mean to be a white dragon? What does the white dragon do? What does it mean it's part of the earth frequency, air frequency? What is it to be an air dragon? Why the third eye and why the crowd? So we just became very curious, and then we released it. And then it almost puts learning an auto learning cycle where now we would just feel whenever the white dragon energy was ready to teach us something, we would just learn it. So now that we've asked the golden flame frequency, what are you? What do you do? Yes, we hear that you are shielding us, assisting us from the distortion and noise, but what else do you do? And how do you assist us? And what are the extra things we received? Thank you. And now, organically, in the next days, months, even years, eternity, this is eternal flames. We are going to, whenever the golden flames have something to teach us, something to show us, it'll just happen, it'll just be. So, because we tend to sometimes integrate, then we almost forget, which is fine. It'll always come back should you need to. We found the more we sort of get very involved in the magical realm, we get very involved in the physical realm, right? We make lists and notes, but then in this realm, we sort of leave it fluffy, which is good. We enjoy getting involved in a non-detached way. So it's like we know if maybe there's a being and you feel a presence, hi, we feel you. We've had so many people come up to us who will say, yeah, so last night I had this presence, or this morning I felt this presence. And our first question is, okay, so who was it? What did it do? And they're like, we don't know. We just felt it. I'm like, oh, we would have been like, hi, we feel you walking. And we're very curious, like, who are you? Are you just walking by or do you want to chat? And you'll feel the more you literally acknowledge the presence, you've acknowledged the presence, so the presence will now acknowledge you. And it's fascinating because we don't fear it as something negative. Negative energies won't come in your presence like that. You would transmute it immediately. Your energy transmutes from unawakened to awakened. So if an unawakened being just happened to walk by you, bzz, so we are very much just your own energy grid protects you. So whenever we feel energies and presence, we are very, unless they just automatically sometimes come through and they will just integrate organically. But if they're just hovering, just have a conversation and find out what's happening. Because some of them, it's almost like they are to be invited. And it's not because they are not worthy or you're not worthy or you're not resonant. They just, there's an honoring thing where they do not, yeah, there's an honoring. It's like their frequency works in a specific way where it's an invited in, and just as when you reach out and you invite them in or they invite you in, it's there's a respect. There's a respect that happens, which I think on earth, that respect of boundaries and respect of space is, I suppose, gone. But the beings, even though we're all collectively one, they still have that honoring of your frequency and an honoring of your space, you know? Maybe they can't really knock on your door, so they'll swoop past you so you can feel, and that's a knock. And then you can say, come in, should you wish. And we always enjoy saying, come in, because, hey, if someone's going to visit us, they must be as crazy as we are. So let us see what's going to happen. I feel a series of mini earthquakes in the body from time to time during activations. And yesterday, oh yes, we get those little. Yes. We don't know why. Sometimes they happen so intensely, we actually ask them um, to please turn them down. Sometimes you can feel the jitters, and it's like, oh, okay. So it's thank you, physical body, whiplash, not a thing. And then all of a sudden, my body just remains still and boom, boom, boom. But yes, it absolutely happens. It absolutely happens, the different integrations. It's quite interesting. We also love feeling the tingles of that inertia, just like a roller coaster. Sometimes that happens. I have so many broken mirrors that I don't think I have any not broken. A broken mirror is an open portal. So pay attention. I say, atiras kalatur talavaros, reviresh ki atir. This is most serious play. Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys, child, for the donation. Thank you. This was so exhilarating today. Traveling and meeting new beings and having an exchange with them is a blessing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have you ever received a gift from a light being that you didn't feel comfortable receiving? Inquiring minds wants to know. We like things, which is a problem with us. But that said, in the beginning, when we were getting used to our energy, when we're getting used to our frequency, we do like things, see people laughing. We do like things like, you have something, okay, bloop, whoopsie. I think it's trans festival things. I sometimes tend to apply those rules to source. So we sort of just trust what you're given and go for the ride. Um, but when we're beginning with Velastri, we was because Velastri was is a frequency of ours within truth. And so when we were asking source, asking our inner being to guide us to truth, then we became the embodiment of Velastri, and the frequency of truth came through as Velastri, and they were teaching us what we were by full embodiment. So it was quite all of a sudden, boom, and now we're just this being. And anything that was not Kemet, we would shift away from. Everything that was Kemet, we would then sort of align to. Yet it was still through Velastri, so it had a bit of a Velastri twist to it. Even that's why the tarot and how we offer these activations has changed. It had a bit of a Velastri twist. Now we're reclaiming it back to Kemet. But in the beginning, when we were still getting used to Velastri, um, there were certain artifacts which were of light or of again, yeah, of light, of divine light, of awakening, of authenticity, and of truth, which were tainted and which were corrupted. That's the best way. Are tainted and corrupted by the illusion and by the lower vibing energies. And so they had now almost taken these artifacts, these energy grids. Some of them were actual frequencies, literal frequency energies. And those are the ones that are really not heartbreaking, but we were so quite emotional when we were able to free them because they would literally capture a frequency and taint it and create it and use it for destruction. Um, so when we were Velastri, there were certain artifacts and certain frequencies which were to be which we were which the collective, it was important for the awakening process and important for the collective to free, to bring back. And so they were aware because they were not sure, because everything is in the unknown. So even that's why source says, well, we don't know, we can feel, but it's for you to discover. So they were quite surprised to discover that Kemet, that we transmute all from unawakened to awakened. It was a bit of a to them. And so it was almost like, let's try this out. So we would have like smaller sort of integrations and we were able to shift them. I mean, the tarot was one of the ways we were actually learning how to weave and transmute. Then, of course, through our healings, through the transmutation. So naturally, we were doing this, I suppose, every day. But it seemed that the we can do all was something that was intriguing to the collective, especially the frequencies which wished to um, shift from illusion back into the awakening energy. Um, So we remember it was one, we were sleeping, I think. We might have mentioned this before, but we were sleeping and then we woke up. Our eyes were open, but then it was still very dark. But even when you close your eyes, you almost can. It's not really pitch black. When you close your eyes, it's the greens and the reds, and you can see the lights still there. But when we had opened our eyes, that was even gone. It was just pure pitch negative black, just like absence of light. And then we remember we asked ourselves, okay, where are we? Because this feels interesting, because we know it's in the afternoon. We're just taking a nap, and we know that it's summer, so it's quite light. And yet our eyes are open, and it feels like there has never been light before here. What's going on? And then we remember seeing these fiery eyes in front of us. And we're like, okay. And then they were channeling something. And we were like, okay. And remember we connected to source and said, where are we? Are we good? And they're like, no, you're good. Just go with it. And we just, okay, cool. Well, go with it. And then we remember seeing this book, and these beings almost offered us this book. And we were a bit apprehensive at first, but then we were like, and then we remembered very clearly, all we do is love. That came very clearly. All we do is love. And I was like, all we do is love. So if you're here, then you must be willing to become love, because, yeah, to integrate with us is love. And so we took the book, and then we felt this integration, and we felt our energy go very low, like we were a low battery. We felt heavy. And then we felt ourselves, even our body, literally just shrugged down. And then all of a sudden we came dup, 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 and then ping. And we're quite sure that ping was just because we were chatting with Ra, and we're quite sure Ra put it in for theatrical, like a toaster being ready, ding, because we're like, that is really funny that it has to go ding when it's done. But we have a feeling that they have humor. The guides, as soon as you have relaxed into them and you do not put them on these pedestals and you sort of like co-create with them casually as love, they prefer to just joke around more than anything else. And as soon as that ding came on, we felt light again. And then we came through. We went to the mirror and to connect with Ra, and he did his check. Almost always felt like he was holding our chin, and we had to like sort of like the optometrist. Oh, and then he would say, "Oh, all we see is love." Okay, good. It worked. And I'm like, "What worked?" And then that's when they explained that we seem to be able to transmute all, and they wanted to see, because those books or whatever we received was quite a dense frequency. And I think at first we were a bit upset because we're like, so we're a guinea pig, just send us there and see what'll happen. And they said no, they would be able to retract us, but they would never send us somewhere we would not be able to. And they said they knew. They didn't know how they knew, but they knew would be able to do it. Um, so that I think was the first time we were a bit apprehensive about receiving something, just because we could feel this is a very low dimensional realm, and it just doesn't feel like the absence of love was absolute there. And we were like, this is not where. And it was interesting because as we were there and we looked around, we could see all these other little frequencies almost shy away from our light. And we could literally visually see our light just shine and scan in. And we were not scared at all. We were not scared. At first, we felt a bit sad for them, because it was strange for us that someone would fear just love. But then we started to understand, but they're actually happy here. This is their realm. So then we stopped feeling sad and pity, and we just understood, this is where they are, and this is their frequency, and they are whole here. Okay. And then we started to really ask, so why are we here? Because we don't want to be here. And then the journey continued. The frequency ones were interesting because it was also these interesting artifacts. But as soon as we freed them, we literally felt this other being just sort of like burst from us, and they would fly around freely, happily, joyously, almost in disbelief that they are free, which was very, very interesting. Um, so then after that, I think we sat down in meditation and we just said, okay, well, if we can do that, then it means we can do them at all. So then we remember we just sat down and we just connected to every single frequency which is ready to be awakened. And we just did a mass one. And we did a mass one. And we were able to do it quite easily. We could feel the energy though after that day. After, yeah, we didn't do anything else that day. We just stayed in bed. We were a bit tired. It wasn't hectic, but we could feel, wow, we we transmitted a lot. But yes, so that's been interesting. Now it does not so much. I think because of the transmutations we did, it's sort of like as soon as we know we can do something, we sort of said, okay, cool. So then now we know we can do that. Is there anything that wants that to happen? Now we can do it at once. And whenever you want to just come through, so that it's almost, we enjoy clearing things in its completion, because then we can move on to the next without having distortion. Okay. Hmm. Hello, Cara. So lovely if you joined. Thank you. Can you please expand more on healing the energies of finances or wealth? Expand more on healing the energies of finances or wealth. Okay. So, like all most energies which were conditioned here, Katur Talaviresh, the healings, the finances, wealth, health, abundance, knowledge, wisdom, success, succeeding, just really living a good life, happiness, love, all the positive higher frequencies and everything else that which would allow you your own embodiment and your own power were conditioned to an external source frequency. So you had to honor and worship and follow the rules and regulations of this external source frequency in order for you to be wealthy. But not only that, so this was through religion, but also through society, through, elders, your parents, older people in your family. They had the power, they had the control, the male energy, um, the masculine energy, the unawakened masculine energy, um, racial, sexual, in all energies. You had to displace yourself and give external power in order for success to come in, even fame, right? In order to be famous, people don't, they need people who are not famous. So it's a lesser than in order for you to be above. In order to be rich and wealthy, you need others to not be. So it was this displacement of wealth, finances, health, love, and everything from self. And it was placed within the superficial attributes, superficial ways. Um, this race is wealthy, this race is not wealthy, this sex is wealthy, that sex isn't wealthy, this is that, this gender, this, that, that, this culture here, that culture there. Um, Everything was just removed. And this programming has been happening for a very long time. So the frequency of wealth and finances was integrated in the control, where you need to work, 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 work in order to receive, 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 where you had to step on others in order to receive more, where you had to, others had to be lesser than in order for you to be above. Um, Empowering everyone around you was not the strongest frequency for the finances and the wealth to come in, but almost suppressing was a more dominant energy and more favorable because of the ways the frequencies were anchored in the illusion. Because you were not source, source was external from you. And so the spiritual frequency, the source frequency, was conditioned, and your physical frequency was conditioned. So both were conditioned. That Pisces, two fish in the fishbowl, both confined, both conditioned, both with their own rules and regulations, right? Because each of the gods in the different religions, they had a specific people they were healing with, a specific practice, a specific ceremony, a specific worship. Like even the gods who were limitless and powerful were conditioned and restricted and limited by the human frequency. So that over the years caused the distortion in the finances, wealth, and everything else. So, what we are doing is we, you beautiful beings, have been able to release the understanding of source in the external. So, you released the spiritual sector. You stopped conditioning source. Source is no longer now a specific religion, a specific creed, a specific gender, a specific this or that. You've released source to be limitless. Not only that, you have allowed yourself to be source. Vroom. So now, in this space, you are healing that as you are source. You don't have to give up the source you are. You don't have to give up your power. You don't have to give up your rights. You don't have to give up your truth. You don't have to give up yourself in order to be successful and wealthy and rich. Instead, you can be source. You can be your power. You can be your truth. You can be your frequency of healing and yet be successful and healthy and wealthy and have love and succeed and be beautiful and be wonderful. You don't have to confine yourself to human standards of what people normalize and see. You don't have to fit into the mold of humanity. This is new. It's ahead of its time because right now, as you can see, humans are still very much happy in the conditioning. Okay. Sometimes, if you go and speak to someone who hasn't done the work, it's wild what things are still a problem. Like race, um, sexuality, politics, so many things aren't even a topic. We don't even, it's not even registering as something we even, we're not there. We don't see that. We go straight to source. That's where we create. And so sometimes when we have a conversation and we see someone who's really stuck up on, they're still having issues when it comes to people's sexuality or people's identity or people's race. We're like, whoa, okay. Wow, these are such old conversations to still be. Right now we are anchoring light codes and opening portals and speaking with the dragons, but you still have an issue because that person is a different color. Okay. Hmm. So it's those energies where you can just see this is very old conditioning, and we are having these advanced energies. So as you are now source, healing everything through the source frequency, the finances, and even education, how education is. There's a teacher there with these students, but then the students all have to give their power to the teacher. They're not allowed to be in their power and express their power. We remember we were we were raised, well, the Sala went to a Catholic school, and in the Catholic school, you have religious education. So it's a class for, I suppose, Bible studies, they would call it, but it was mostly Christian education. They did teach other religions, but it was mostly focused on, Christianity and those teachings because it was a Catholic school. Um, and remember, we had this other teacher who came through, and she was. We had no idea what it was at the time, but we loved the energy. Mrs. Lavelle will remember, and of course, Her name had love in it. How could we not? Her surname, how could we not even know? So Mrs. Lovell came through, and she was this beautiful, vibrant being, very fluid, very energetic. And we felt so close to her energy, but we didn't understand what it was. And almost something kept us aback, almost like a fear. But now we understand it was an energy which we felt within ourselves. So naturally we feared it because we're programmed to fear who we are. So anything that was us was also a fear. She took the teacher who would teach us religious education was ill that day, so she was a sup. And in the class, she made us meditate. It was the first time I ever encountered meditation. And you could see all the other I suppose growing up, Christianity for me wasn't, it was something which I didn't understand it because there were times in the church when we sang the songs and I felt good. But as soon as the priest started with the laws and stuff, it felt awful. So I never really grasped it. It was almost just something that we had to do, but I kept it in the periphery. But I knew there was energy out there, but it just didn't feel right the way we were being taught it. But when we meditated, and there were other kids who were very uncomfortable because, oh no, we're not allowed to meditate. Meditation is the devil's work. Oh no. So, and we could see them, but we were like, in that state, we actually said, actually, we don't care. This feels good. And we remember just being completely transported, and it was such a beautiful energy to be able to connect in that frequency and be able to connect in that energy and to be in that power. And so why on earth am I sharing this story in this way? So being able to connect, the education. So even now, when we think of education, when we think of it now and reflect back, we keep thinking guidance class and religious education classes, if they could give all the kids mirrors and the kids sat in the mirror, looking at the mirror, and immediately start with your mirror affirmations, looking at the mirror, we would literally take all the kids from when they're young kids, look in the mirror. Okay, now look at yourself and what do you think about yourself? What do you feel about yourself? Write that down and already start allowing them to have an understanding of awareness of who they are, what they think they are. And from that space, already start allowing them to affirm their power, affirm their truth, step into their soul, step into their power. Like that is really, truly what we feel would assist any guidance counseling class or any religious education class. That's the fundamental work that's needed, not to take their power away. So in all these structures, it's always been we take our power away in order for us to then succeed. So us being as source and then now weaving everything in, especially the finances and the wealth, as you had asked, it's new energy because it's something that's not really been done or allowed in this realm before. And so it was very resistant in the illusion realm, especially in the Piscean realm of illusion. And the Piscean frequency had to bring up the illusion in order to free itself from the fish balls. And so, as soon as that illusion was healed through and the fear was healed through, or through all of us who are awakening, all these years, awakening, awakening, lifetimes, lifetimes, awakening, awakening, we were able then to shift ourselves into the Aquarium frequency and anchor source in. And as we anchored source in, all the frequencies, well, it took a while, but we were all able to then anchor all the frequencies through source. So this is a very new way, and this new way is through your power, you are successful and abundant. So you don't really need to define yourself, or rather, everyone is a genius in their field of happiness. So when you are born and when you get to experience what brings you joy, tapping more into the energies of what brings you joy, for all of us who are in the awakening, it would be a spiritual practice, spiritual stuff, or a career in creativity or in business or commerce, which thrilled you in your own unique way, not the way in which you were taught it would do. So it's a shift where now, instead of being in these schools learning a specific way to create abundance, we are saying just be your truth, and where you feel happy, spend energy there, and that'll be your abundance. The abundance is born of you in your power. The abundance is born of you within your love, within your truth. You don't have to step down. You don't have to shy away. You don't have to give others power. You don't have to people please and walk on eggshells. You can literally be in your truth, and everybody can be in their truth. Everybody can be in their power. Everybody can be abundant. Everybody can be number one. Because when everyone is literally in their own frequency of love, doing what they enjoy, if everyone is literally allowed, if children were just left alone to do what brings them happiness, and all we did was guide them and give them the tools in their happiness to continue doing what brings them happy, and allow them to then amass abundance in that thing that brings them happiness, everyone would be an expert professional in their field, no matter what field it is, whether it is business, whether it is gardening, whether it is painting, whether it is politics, whatever it is, because it brings you joy, it's your highest frequency, it'll be source in that field. So you'll be abundant there. Every single being on earth would be in their power, in their abundance. Everybody would be healthy. Everybody would be wealthy. Everybody would be famous because everybody would be in their power, in their unique frequency. There wouldn't be any competition. There wouldn't be any competition because you can't compete with another being source. You're a unique source frequency yourself. It's just everybody expressing who they are. So we are healing everything to that space where everyone is literally embodying their source frequency, and the finances, wealth, health, education, everything is meeting us through that aspect. So that's taking time, and that'll take time and a few thousand years to really integrate. And as that's happening, we being here are assisting in that shift. But what we are sort of, maybe as Kemet, I don't know what others frequencies are doing, but what we as Kemet are doing, what we are prioritizing or focusing on, is that as we awaken and as everyone awakens, that we are supported and abundant and wealthy while we are anchoring this, because we realize that yes, it's going to take thousands of years, but we are not wanting to remain in lack and in all these energies of distortion for thousands of years to wait for it to catch up. Surely we can do the healing, but also in our own capacity, be able to anchor it in. And that's where we have really been doing our weavings in our own time. It's to heal the physical, to be responsive to our source nature. And we feel many of you are doing that in your own way, organically. Organically, you're all doing that. Um, but for us, it almost became into a focal point. We realized, so we're source, all of us are source, and all of us are now allowing that our source is what we create from. But this physical realm and density isn't compatible with that. That's okay, because we are anchoring it, and that's okay. Yet, surely we can still, in our own capacity, it doesn't have to influence anything else, in our own bubble of uniqueness, be able to be successful and be stable and do everything at the same time. Because why? We don't need to suffer anymore. We no longer want to be a source of lack and suffering and pain and this and that. That's old programming. We don't have to sacrifice, and we don't have to do that anymore. That was old programming. We've already healed that through the Aryan realm, through the Piscean realm. The Aquarian realm is of truth. So surely within one's truth, one can be abundant. And that's what we are all anchoring right now and healing. That was a very long-winded reply to your question, Vanessa. We trust it was okay. But um, so for us, that's healing. We heal it from that energy. Other people will heal it differently. So what we say might resonate or might not resonate, and you might feel the finances in a very different way, and that's okay. That's really okay. We are just seeing it from pure frequencies because that's where we are all day, every day. We just see, okay, they were anchored in illusion, so that's where they work. Now they've been detached from illusion into source. That's fine, but it takes time for everything to catch up. As much as we love Earth and it's a great place to be, we do not really want to have to be doing this and not be successful. So it's like for those who are awakened and doing this work, almost creating a loophole where we can receive. And perhaps this 2000-year cycle has helped because if we're connected to them in 2000 years, that's when we feel it's healed. So perhaps now we can receive the resources from them, which we actually did to come now, which makes sense. So I suppose that's one of the healings which we wished to do. And we trust it's helped and helps. We don't know how we sort of know or how we see it, but we just see it and we just do it there. But all of you in your unique, but it's just at your unique source. So all of you, should you just be at your unique source, doing your authentic work, whatever you are doing, you are healing it in a very unique way, which is of your frequency. And you're able to heal all the frequencies. So those of you who are in health, you're healing health. Those of you in education, and doing education where you're empowering the kids, you're healing the health frequency. Those of you in commerce and business, where you are now being conscious and you are not needing to destroy people and businesses and companies, but you're actually assisting to co create and collaborate and work together, you're healing it. So it's all these healings in a practical way because we are changing the models, changing the ways in which things are done. So there's that aspect of the healing, um, which is also coming through for the finances and everything else in between. We just commit our frequency. We work in the in the shadow, in the unknown, in the frequency. So our weaving is always sort of behind the scenes, and hopefully that assists the light. While all of those who are weaving in the light. Oh, sorry, we skipped the ads. We're gonna have ads now. Sorry about that. So yes, you're going to find that there's some of you who are working in the shadow, in the unknown energy. So you'll be doing a lot of frequency weavings to assist, while others of you are in the light, in the physical, and in whatever you are practically doing, that'll be your weavings and your assist and your weavings. Yes. Okay. We are definitely feeling we're going to release beautiful beings. We were feeling a bit fatigued earlier before the integration started, and we can feel now we're definitely in that giggly, rambly state. Sandra, our connection is through Ra. I see now, understand. Yes. Freeing the artifacts like a superhero, India Jones. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. How powerful my connection brought on the story. Yes. A substitute is a channel. What an angel, what a teacher was for you, for us. I will begin the mirror, oh, the substitute, yes, indeed. I'll begin the mirror reflection awareness with my broken mirrors. Oh, that's beautiful. But we feel your broken mirrors were there for you were healing the false illusion, the false reflection, and now you are aligning it with the truth. It's almost like instead of you having one reflection, the broken mirror and the different shards represents all the different aspects of you creating the one. That's what we saw. As soon as you said broken mirror, it's like, oh, great, you freed it now. It's no longer just one view. Now you can see all the multiple frequencies you are. That's what we saw. Just contemplating. I had a major download I just fell into. X creates 4 Vs. That's 30 total, Venus and the unknown. Yes. Batur ki a Jakiri at Talavakir ki Latour Talava. It's very interesting how you see energies. It's a very interesting, we can literally see how you mapped that out. That's very fascinating, Sandra. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful time together. I must be off now. Going to the beach. We'll further integrate there. Fantastic. Yes, indeed. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, all of those who have stayed with us until this time. We did get a bit on with the conversation about healing the energies. We trust that it resonated. But truly, the best way to heal the energies, not only of finances or wealth, but of everything, is for you to be your authentic source frequency and create from there. That is literally the healing, because that's what we're doing. We're healing all frequencies. So, whatever you are doing, just be your authentic source space, and however it feels aligned for you to manifest or to teach or to heal or to create work or a job, not judging it, not judging the business, not judging the platform, not judging the space, not judging what how it looks like in the physical, not judging it, you just being source and applying source there, that's healing the frequency. Because now in the light, you are doing your work as you want to in your source frequency in the physical, and that's very different from how it was in the past, where in the physical one would have to do things through illusion. So the very fact that you are being your authentic frequency is a healing. That's literally all that's needed. You are walking in the opposite direction to the illusion flow, and so you are weaving a difference. You're weaving the healing energy. You are weaving the opposite frequency to what's being done, and that changes the momentum of the wheel. The wheel stops spinning in one direction because now the current is flowing in the opposite, and the current has already started moving in the opposite. It just took time to stop the pot and to slowly move it in the other direction, but it's already moving in the other direction. That's why the energies are now flowing for the source frequencies awakening. It's almost as though the frequency of the energies also realize, oh, wait a minute, the source frequency is helpful. And so they also almost jumped ship from illusion to source very happily. We felt it. There was just almost this period where only one frequency, then maybe another shifted, and then after some time, we just felt this mass shift as all these frequencies were like, actually, source is the way, and they just jumped from the illusion, which is really helpful for us, all of you here, because now that's why it feels a lot freer and lighter in these spaces, in these co-creative spaces with families, with friends, with businesses. It feels lighter because the energies are now within the source, within you. And now it's just patience, which is all is required of us, patience and grounding. Keep doing your thing. Keep trusting. Trust is huge because you are source creating. And that's something that was really conditioned out. We had to trust in an external source. We had to trust in external people. You had to trust only in your family, only in your race, only in your country, only in this. Everything was external. You could not trust you. And now we are saying, trust you. You are source. So trust the source you are to create. Trust the words you speak to be enough. Trust your presence to be enough. And that's huge because that means you are now so vulnerable. And source is saying, but that vulnerability is your power. And that is why it's such a different energy and such a different frequency. And switching from one to the next does take time. The human race will catch up, but we are the ones anchoring it in. Us first, and then a ripple effect. Each of you anchoring in, anchored it and at a huge force. You don't anchor in a little trickle, you anchor a powerful boom. What happens to you happens to the collective. You are healing the whole collective. So you understand how powerful your healing is. When you awaken and have a new perception and you integrate it for the whole collective. That's how powerful you are. So just know that Source is saying you are doing great work. And we received beautiful energies right now to assist us in this work, where we received almost the end point, what happens at the end, who you are, your abilities, your power, your gifts, how you would be after the whole thing. That's what you received now, so that you can live it now as you are doing the healing. That's what we feel that was what that was about. And it feels definitely like a ending of an activation that we had asked before, that we started a few months ago. I think we started this about 4 months ago, where we said, surely if we are here as source doing this, we can still be abundant. We don't have to struggle and be lackful and source. We're done with that kind of lifestyle. So we are glad that that weaving seems to be working. And thank you all for being here and sharing in it and allowing yourselves to receive and co-create within it. And we shall see what comes through and transpires. But it does definitely feels good. It feels a lot lighter, and hopefully more we shall see in the next few days and weeks to follow. We did receive that it takes no time at all, and they were very quite clear about that. So we'll see how that works. We love you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for co-creating with us. And we love you all. Yeah, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all the contributions. Thank you for coming through, and we'll see you soon. Bye.